I want to talk about a scene of yours from your filmography that keeps popping up in my Instagram algorithm. It's the old school moment where the dart goes into the neck of Will Ferrell. Can you walk me through the day you shot that scene, what that was like for you? Because that is so damn funny. You're in a mullet. You're in a mullet. You look crazy to begin with.
That was so fun. Honestly, like I remember because I worked with Todd Phillips on Road Trip, and so when he told me about Old School, he's like, "Read this script." He's like, "I got this great role for Will Ferrell. That's he's already big. He's gonna explode after this." And I remember reading the script. It was so funny, but there was this petting zoo owner guy, and I was like
the original Tiger King.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, the look came from like I have an older brother who looks like that, or he did. Yes. He had like Tina Turner hair. And I talked to the director. I'm like, "Can I do this? Is this weird?" And he's like, "No, go for it."
It was your idea for the head?
That look, yeah. And I remember I went there and they gave me like the wig and like the cutoff shirt and all this stuff. And when I showed up, they'd already been filming the movie for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I think it was Vince was there, and a couple of Vince Vaughn, like these huge movie stars. And I don't think they were at first into the look.
Okay.
They were like, "This isn't Joe Dirt,
That's right.
And I was like, we've been filming Old School. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But then my whole idea was like, he's got to be the petting zoo owner who hates the animals, who's been waiting for them to screw up so he can yank on their leash or just whatever. Like, he hates his job. He hates the animals, probably hates kids. And so I remember there was one take where like I talked to the little miniature donkey or whatever, and I yanked on his thing. He's like, "Rrr." I go, "Shut up." And like the animal person came over afterwards and was like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "I just did." So I didn't say that, but I was thinking it.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, so when we were shooting the scene, like we didn't know that the director was going to slow down the vocals.
Okay.
Which obviously made it a million times funnier. But it was still funny because like with Will, like he would add the line, even when he said it normally, he's like, "Sorry." He's like, "You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy." And then when he walks away, he's like, "I'm so tired." But like when I watched it and they slowed it down, I was like, this is the funniest thing. But then the other thing too that I remember, it's not as funny, but when I pull him out later, I pull him out of the water and I give him mouth to mouth. Like the first take, I did it, and Will's like, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, "You could kill somebody." And because I breathed air into him, like I was trying to give him CPR like a moron.
Like the real
like instead of acting. Like I blew air into his mouth. And he was like, "Dude," it's like, "That's not safe." I'm like, "Oh man, I almost killed Will Ferrell. He's pissed at me right now." That sticks out because that was a bummer moment for many reasons, but also like, dude, learn to act. It's like the Dustin Hoffman, right? Thing where he's like, he was a marathon man. He's like, "You don't gotta run." I'm now criticizing Dustin Hoffman.
That's right, but go for it.
I'm not. I'm just repeating a story.
Understood.
But like, right? Like he was like running before because he wanted to be out of breath, and
right, you don't have
Olivier's like, "Dude, you could just act it." That was my just acts. Like I don't have to really give.
You turned Will Ferrell into Laurence Olivier. I love that. But my favorite decision, I guess it is, that you would make it for your character in that scene, unless it was scripted, was that you have been waiting your entire life to see somebody dart themselves in the neck with one of these darts.
The greatest moment in his life.
That was a great moment. And like it wasn't like you were concerned for his welfare.
Yeah.
You had your moment made to watch him get started in his own.
Yeah, that for me, exactly. It was like, I hate this job. I hate these animals. And then when that happened, it was like, it was the best thing that had ever happened to him. He's like, wait.
It's so funny, man. This scene is so, and so this you're going for your brother here, is what you're saying.
Yeah, my oldest brother.
Fantastic. I'm so glad I asked you about this because it keeps popping up, and I'm like, I got to ask Seann when he comes in here, and so I just did. And
thank you. I love that movie. I forget that I'm in the movie. I love that movie.
Do you really?
So much. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh yeah,
I was in that.
Yeah.
You don't get that in anything else that you do you? You've been in some
because
classics, man. You've been some absolute classics.
Thanks. That one is like, I feel like old school is, I mean, Caddyshack is obviously its own thing, but I feel like in that period of time for movies,
yes,
old school will, I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, come on. It's as classic as it gets. And, obviously it's up there with all of Will Ferrell's stuff. And then in terms of Vince Vaughn, that's up there with Wedding Crashers as far as I'm concerned. Like all of it. Like that's from that era, right? Of everything. And it's kind of wild just watching Jennifer Coolidge go through a sort of
crushing it
career renaissance.
Yeah.
And you're
I got to work with her.
You got to work with her way back in the day.
No, it's awesome. Actually, I think we were trying to get her for Shifting Gears because Kat Dennings had worked with her on her show. And of course, I worked with her, and they were like, she's a little busy.
Oh,
sorry.
Come on.
We're not going to be able to get her available because, she's crushing it.
She's killing it right now. Yeah. Awesome. From back in the day when you and her on American Pie, and now I can't even explain to my kids, the people that because they imitate her. My children imitate her walking around the house, with her classic voice, since my oldest son did watch White Lotus, probably too soon. But she's killing it right now. It's pretty cool.
I think of like Best in Show. Her character, her performance in that is just like,
for sure.
It's probably one of my favorites.
Well, I would have been cool to get maybe a season three. You never know.
You never know.
Never know. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.